Welcome back to the VolReport YouTube channel for what is probably going to go down as the hardest trivia that we end up doing here. We're looking at the top Vols commits in each of the last 20 classes on Rivals.com. Some of them are easy, some of them are straightforward, some of them are some real blasts from the past, memory joggers, and can't believe that guy was the top-rated guy in that class. So don't hold our contestants, Dale Dowden up on the left, Noah Taylor up on the right. Don't be too tough on them if the results aren't as good as some of the other ones. Make sure you do check out the other trivia videos we've done in the past. We've done top 20 passers and rushers in school history and every player to catch a touchdown pass at UT from Hendon Hooker. And these guys absolutely killed those 3 videos. So I thought I would make one a little bit harder for them. We're going to start with Dale because he's up on the left. By the way, real quick, the rules, you get 3 strikes. Every wrong answer is a strike. Last guy standing wins. But we'll start with Dale. Who do you want to first take off the board?
The easy one. Nico Iamaleava.
Nico Iamaleava is the 2023 guy.
Well, 23, yeah, it's 23.
The 2023 guy. He is taken off the board, of course, 5-star, number 2 nationally behind just Arch Manning. Nico going to be that true start or that starting quarterback for Tennessee this upcoming season as he gets the reins as a redshirt freshman. One is taken off the board. The easiest one is taken off the board. Noah, who do you want?
I will go Darnell Wright.
Darnell Wright, 2019 offensive lineman. He was the number 10 pick to the Bears, 5-star recruit, number 16 nationally. 2019 class has been selected by Noah. Darnell Wright, both guys off to a good start. Back to Dale.
Wouldn't have 2020 been Harrison Bailey?
Harrison Bailey, quarterback out of Marietta, Georgia, is the 2020 guy. Ends up UNLV over to Louisville. One of the guys that didn't necessarily work out with his 5-star rating, number 30 nationally. But Harrison Bailey is going to go down as the top guy in the 2020 class for Tennessee. Back to Noah.
Oh, boy.
And remember, that 2024 spot, Nico was 23, so 24 is still open.
Okay. 24. I'm going to say I'm not going to go with 24 yet unless Dale takes it. I can't remember that one, which is crazy because it just happened. I'll go with Derek Barnett.
Derek Barnett is not here. Derek Barnett, I'll pull up his Rivals page really quick because he was a really high recruit for Tennessee, but he just, in the 2014 class, isn't going to top another 5-star. Derek Barnett was a 4-star, 169 nationally, 5th in the state of Tennessee out of Brentwood. He ended up putting a really, really nice career together, but he wasn't the top guy in that 2014 class. So that will be the first strike to Noah. And I will say, if you guys run through your 3 strikes immediately, maybe we'll bump it up to 5. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there, though. We'll go to Dale now, though, who has 2 correct and no strikes.
Pretty sure that 2014 would have been Jalen Hurd. Would it have been?
2014 Jalen Hurd. It is not him. That's going to be a strike as well. We'll pull up the Jalen Hurd Rivals page. He was in that 2014 class. Another guy out of Tennessee. He was a 5-star, number 33 nationally, but there was a guy ahead of both of those guys who ended up putting together really nice college careers that's still on the board in the 2014 class. So a strike to both of you guys and back to Noah.
24. God. I keep going.
I've got 2 on my mind for the 24, Noah, so don't feel bad. I'm trying to
remember which one's the highest.
I'm going to say Boo Carter.
It's not Boo Carter. Boo Carter was a 4-star athlete, of course, out of Tennessee, but he is not the highest rated commit on Rivals.com in that 24 class, the group of freshmen that are about to get their college careers taken off. 2 strikes for Noah. Once again, we might push it up to a couple more strikes if we feel like it's needed, but we'll go back to Dale for now.
That would have been Mike Matthews.
It would be Mike Matthews, the Georgian wide receiver, 5-star, number 30 nationally. Had a really nice orange and white game for Tennessee. He is the cream of the crop for that 2024 Tennessee football recruiting class. We'll go back to Noah. You have 2 strikes. I'll say it now. We'll go to 5 strikes total. So this won't be your punishing blow if you get it wrong. We'll make it a 5-strike game.
No, I mean,
it's a difficult one.
I gotta be kicked out for not getting Mike Matthews. That's
It's a tough
terrible.
look. It is a tough
Yeah,
look.
that's
We'll let it
terrible.
slide.
That's bad.
Boot Carter's a stud too, so I can't blame him.
Yeah, God, yeah, that was terrible. Okay, 20 years.
So you have 22, 21, and then 2005 through 2018 left.
2005. Okay.
05 to 18, and then 22 and 21 are left on the board. I'll put it like this too. Neither of the 22 or 21 guys are still on the team. Both ended up transferring out. So that tells you the hit rate on those two classes. Go deeper too. Pull out a big name from the past if you want. There's some notable guys still from that 05 to 18 era that of course some of them really tough. I'm not sure if either of you guys will pull it out, but some of them definitely some Tennessee legends from the 21st century.
It just makes it sound so
Yeah.
old.
I will say this does include JUCO rankings as well. So if you came in out of JUCO in that class, that counts.
God, I'm just gonna start throwing names out here. I don't know. I can't think of a single
Nothing?
guy.
You have a single name?
Just these guys are too. I guess 2005 is way too early, way too recent for me.
Yeah. All right. We'll hand you a strike and we'll go back to Dale. Dale, do you have anything?
Okay, so the 2014 we've struck out on with Hurd and somebody else.
And Derek Barnett was the other
And Barnett.
You guys were incorrect.
It wasn't neither of those in 14.
No. This guy ended up having a nice little career with Tennessee as well.
I'm trying to think out some of the big names. Josh Malone.
Josh Malone, that's it. Number 4 receiver in the class, 5-star, number 1 in the state of Tennessee, number 27 nationally. Josh Malone is that guy. Noah, if you want to keep surrendering your guesses, that's fine. We can keep it with Dale, but if you have anything, you can chime in as well.
Oh, God.
2017 is a very notable guy. 2012 is a guy who's had a long NFL career.
It's 12. No, he would have been before that. Is Justin Hunter in here anywhere?
Say it again.
Justin Hunter.
Justin Hunter is not in here. Justin Hunter, 2010 receiver. So let's see. Justin Hunter comes in as a 4-star recruit, number 3 in the state of Virginia, number 8 receiver, but he's topped by a 5-star guy in that 2010 class who didn't really stick with Tennessee. Dale, do you have anything?
Is it Derek Rogers?
Derek Rogers is the 2010 wide receiver who was
when
the
you
top.
say he didn't stick around, I knew.
That is him. Suspended for drug test failure, ends up going to Tennessee Tech, played in the NFL, but he was a 5-star recruit, number 9 nationally. That's a really nice pull from Dale. I think Dale secures the win here. I'll open up the floor. If either of you guys have any names you want to throw out, see if they stick. I'll let you guys know if it's on the list, but that does officially tie the trivia challenge here on VolReport 2-2 between you guys going into next week. 2012 guy, you guys, that obviously you know who 2022, 2021. You definitely know who these guys are. Once again, they both ended up transferring out. 2012 I keep saying that. 2022 is an offensive player. 2021 is a defensive player. I'll leave it at that for now. We go down to 2018. Another guy who didn't stick around at Tennessee. He's on the defensive side of the ball. 2017, though, a Tennessee legend, and he's currently in the NFL. 2016, he had a really nice Tennessee career. He played a little bit in the NFL. He's currently in the Canadian Football League. And 2015, another guy who had a nice Tennessee career who ended up bouncing around the NFL.
So the defender that left early, I'm going to take a wild swing and say Quavaris Crouch.
For the 2021 class or the 2018 class, you're guessing?
I mean, if he's on there, he's on there.
No, it isn't him. I like that guess a lot, though. a two-way guy, a little bit of a running back as well.
Mhm.
He ended up going to Michigan State, obviously, but he was in the 2019 class. He was a four-star recruit, number 70 nationally. I like that guess a lot, but it wasn't him for 18 or for 21. The 2022 guy transferred within the Big Ten, offensive player. 2021 guy, well, when he transferred, I don't think it was a Big 12 school, but it is now. And then the 2018 guy, he is in the AAC over at Memphis, I'll even say, because that's a tough name. 2012 is a notable JUCO guy that Tennessee's landed.
Who was the defender that you said played in the Canadian League now?
He is 2016, and he had a good Tennessee career.
Is it Jonathan Kongbo?
It is Jonathan Kongbo.
Oh, okay. The Canadian tipped me off because I think he was Canadian, if I remember correctly.
I believe he was. I'll pull up his rivals page really quickly to get a little bit of extra information. But he was a guy that touched the NFL. He's a Canadian football guy. He was the number one recruit in that entire class that Tennessee landed. Community college guy. So number one out of community college. 5-star recruit. Arizona was where his community college was. I think you're right, though, that he is a Canadian guy, if memory serves. But he was the top guy for Tennessee in that 2016 class. '17 guy. I can't believe none of you have guessed him yet. He has not only had a really, really good college career at Tennessee, but he's been phenomenal in the NFL as well. Maybe a position that gets overlooked, but he has had a really nice career.
I think I've got 21.
Okay.
Willis.
Aaron Willis. That's the guy. He ended up going to Houston, a 4-star. Aaron Willis is the 21 guy, though. It's a nice pool because he gets forgotten a lot. Didn't really do much at Tennessee. 22, another guy, though, that played 1 year at Tennessee, hit the road. He's in the Big Ten right now.
And you said he's an offensive guy, right?
Offensive player. I don't know. He hasn't played much over at his Big Ten school. But he is still young. If I say his position, I think you guys will jump on it right away. So I'll wait a second more before I.
2013 has not been named, has it?
It isn't. No. 2022, he's a quarterback.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. I can see him. Jackson.
Taven Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Indiana. Yeah.
Yep. He's over at Indiana now, 4-star recruit out of high school. He's from Indiana, so he went back up to the Midwest, number 100 nationally ranked player, number 4 out of Indiana, number 7 out of all the pro-style quarterbacks. He didn't really stick around. One of those guys, the timeline didn't make a lot of sense with him at Tennessee, so he ends up going back to Indiana. Hasn't played too much there, but could be a guy for the future. 2018 is a guy in Memphis, defensive end. 2017 is an offensive lineman, the guy that I can't believe you haven't said yet.
Oh, Trey Smith.
Trey Smith.
God.
I could not believe you guys kept looking past Trey Smith. That's a tough one. That's one that I don't blame them if the comment section jumps on you guys for not grabbing Trey Smith earlier than that. I can't blame them too much for that one. A Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl champion. He's done so much for Tennessee and then for the Chiefs now. So that is a tough one. 2015 defensive end. He was a 6th-round pick in the draft, and he's bounced around the NFL. 2013 was a wide receiver.
Marquez North.
I
had 2 people you naming the position. That just eliminated for me.
There you go. 2012 is the definition of an athlete, JUCO guy, but he played wide receiver for the most part. 20. Say it again?
Pig Howard.
No, not Pig Howard. I like that guess a lot, though. 2011 is a safety, had a decent college career, another JUCO guy. 2009, a running back who, good Lord, that story was crazy.
Yeah. I 09. I can't think of the name, but that's the one that started the
Number
Kiffin.
one player in the country in that 09 class, and
Yeah.
he didn't last long with UT.
Bryce
Kiffin.
Brown.
Yeah, I think so. Right.
Bryce Brown, yep. Had the crazy recruitment involving
Mhm.
Miami, transferred to Kansas State after Kiffin, played in the NFL. He was selling his recruitment information and stuff. It was a whole big deal, but
He was he if I'm not mistaken, he's the one that when Kiffin was like talking about Urban Meyer and how he was claiming that he was calling when it was like right after Kiffin got hired, he was saying that Urban was calling him while he was on his Tennessee visit, and then it started the whole like rift between Urban and Kiffin going into that 09 game.
Mhm.
yeah,
If I remember that correctly. Yeah.
that was the number one guy in the country in that class. So he had a lot of guys on his phone, a lot of coaches trying to get him. Yeah, and if you don't know the story of Bryce Brown in 2009, just read up on his Wikipedia. It's an interesting read. 2008 linebacker, played 3 years at Tennessee. 2007 athlete, 3 years at Tennessee. That 2007 class had 5 stars, and this guy was the number 2 nationally ranked guy. 2006 offensive lineman, 2005 cornerback. I will say that 05 to 08 class, and even the 2011 guy, I wouldn't blame you for not getting. 2012, you guys are going to want to get. 2015 is a notable name, and 2018 is by no means a notable name, but I'll leave it open just because it's decently recent. That's the Memphis defensive end.
That's like, he's at 15 is the in-state guy, right?
15, I believe, is in state. Let me double check before I sound stupid. He is not in state guy, actually. No,
Is
sorry.
he not in-state? Okay.
Not in state. He's from out in California.
California?
Mm-hmm. 5-star. 5-star defensive lineman.
Oh, Khalil McKenzie.
Julio McKenzie, that's the guy. 6th-round pick, bounced around the NFL, number 6 nationally. That is the guy in the 2015 class. You guys aren't allowed to leave till you get 2012, though. JUCO guy, long NFL career, still in the NFL. He's bounced around the NFL. He's played on the Bears, the Falcons, a handful of teams.
Cordell Patterson.
Cordell, yes.
Man.
I could not let you guys end that video without saying his name.
Yeah.
It's CP Flash at 2012.
Yeah.
He's the guy. I'll read through the last names. These are tough. I don't expect – these were some of the names that I was like, I don't think they'll get these guys. Greg Emerson is the 2018 guy, 4-star, ended up at Memphis. Obviously didn't stick for that one. Byron Moore is a safety out of JUCO in 2011, who was the highest-rated guy, had a decent college career at Tennessee. 2008 is Gerald Williams, linebacker. He had a good college career, but nothing too spectacular. 2007 is Brent Vinson, athlete, played 3 years at Tennessee. Once again, one of the 5 stars in that class, which is absurd, but he was the number 2 nationally ranked guy. 2006, Jacques McClendon, offensive lineman. He ended up being a 4th-round pick, and now he's an executive with the Rams, a 4-star out of high school. And then 2005, Demetrice Morley, cornerback, got kicked off the team due to academics, reinstated, and then kicked off again. Ended up being a Canadian Football League guy for a long time. He was a 5-star, though, number 21 nationally. That'll do it for the last 20 years of Tennessee football recruiting on Rivals.com. Who was the top-ranked guy in the class? I told you guys it was tough. We'll make it a little easier for next video. We'll go back to some of the other formats and try to see if we can get Noah something more in his wheelhouse, something from the 50s or 60s, which he seems to dominate.
We could go to the Butch era and do all of the 5-star hearts.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a long list of guys that we'd be here all day.
How dare you put people on here that I've actually seen play in person? That's so unfair.
But thank you guys for watching. Let us know if there was anyone, Patterson, Trey Smith, if there is anyone that you guys could not believe that these guys blanked on in the moment. It is tough when you're put on the spot, and that was a really tough video, and I said it going in, and it ended up being a really tough one. Next one, we'll see if you guys can clear the board. That I'll bring it back. We'll average it out a little bit, make it a little bit more easier. We post these every week, once a week, every Thursday on the VolReport YouTube channel. Head over to VolReport.com as well for all of our written content. 865 Live just went down in Knoxville, so we're talking to some of the recruits that were on campus, some commits, some guys looking at Tennessee. Of course, number 2 player in the country. David Sanders Jr., one of those guys. Tennessee commit George McIntyre, Lagonza Hayward. There was a lot of big guys on campus. We have all the information you need over at VolReport.com. Links to everything you need is in the description. Thank you for